a Joined Forces Explorations production. This channel now proudly sponsored by Front Row Off-Road.
Hey, good morning everybody. I'm Brent, this is Joined Forces Exploration, and you're along for another ride. And yes, you did hear that at the beginning of the video correctly. We are now proudly sponsored by Front Row Off-Road. You might be asking yourself, well, who is Front Row Off-Road? And I'm glad you asked that because I'm going to explain it to you. But first, let me give you a little context here. We are doing a little bit of solo wheeling today in some back roads area close to my house. And I figured I'd take you along and do a little video. So one of the things, if you're an off-roader, you are well aware of is most of the times it's beneficial to air down your tires before you get on the trail. And in the past, my air down solutions have not been the greatest, but I have recently teamed up with a company, and I'm going to show you what they have to offer. So I'm going to go up here on the trail a little bit further to an area where I know that's going to be beneficial to air down, and then walk you through it. All right, more to come. So I'm going to show you my new air up system that I recently purchased from Front Row Off-Road. And then through some communications with them and stuff, we decided to partner up. And they are sponsoring our channel now. So let me show you what we got.
I actually did a full video showcasing why I like this inflate-deflate system from Front Row Off-Road. And you can see that video by clicking the link in the description below. Okay, so we just got done airing down with our Front Row Off-Road 4-tire inflate-deflate kit, and couldn't be simpler. It really couldn't be. Honestly, getting everything set up to be able to record it took longer than the actual process itself. And now I'm cruising at 18 psi and smooth as butter. There's some other really good products out there on the market, but I think what Front Row Off-Road has done with their engineering and their innovation really kind of helps set them apart from the rest of the market. And the price points, honestly, are right on par with everybody else. And with my discount code that's available now, you can get it even at a better price point. So again, the link is in the description below. Go online, check them out, and see what you think. And if you are so inclined, then I would highly encourage you to get their product. And again, my discount code JFE for Joined Forces Exploration is only good through May. I'll put the exact date up on the screen here for you. But just be aware of that. So, all right, we're on the trail and we're rolling. So I've only been on this trail for, I don't know, I can't even tell you. It's 11:36 right now. Probably got on here a little after 10. And anyways, I've seen exactly 3 people on this trail. The one motorcycle that we passed, and then the 2 bicyclists, and that's it. Full-on spring is just around the corner, which for me is actually a terrifying prospect because my allergies are so bad that once the pollen really gets going, it's just a miserable time for me. And I know everyone's like, ooh, spring's such a pretty time. Yeah, it's not when you have freaking allergies, let me tell you. Everyone's like, oh, look at the blooms. All I see is pollen. All I see is pollen and trees trying to kill me. That's it. Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It is pretty. Okay, I just got on the next stretch of trail. So this is, I believe, a Forest Service Road 90, I believe. It's an up and back, and depending on, I think it's 11 miles. I can take it all the way up. I probably won't do the whole thing today. It is 12:30. I don't know. I guess it'll depend on what I see, but because it's an up and back, it is two-way traffic now. This is exceptionally well maintained right now, graveled, but we'll see what it looks like as we go further up. So, yeah, definitely getting into a little bit more rougher terrain right now. So again, it's a good thing that I aired down. But I did see, which I was happy about, right before you get back out onto the main road, there's a nice pull-off area. So that'll be the perfect spot to stop and air back up, which I will film that as well. All right.
More to come.
So I think I just found my spot to stop for lunch. It's a little offshoot of this fire road, and there's a gate that's closed, and I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to try to go through it, but what I'm going to do is pull off the main drag here and stop and have my lunch. So, lunch. I just got done with my lunch. It was a wonderful sandwich and some chips and a soft drink. And this is a good time to just kind of take a little break and just listen. It's so quiet. All you hear is birds chirping. Beautiful. So I wanted to take a couple minutes just to kind of walk you around Chief and show you some of the changes since the last time I did a walk around video, and let you know what we've done to her. So yeah, I think that might be something nice to do. Okay, so here we are, obviously at the front, and I think the last time I did this, the winch, I still had the steel cable, so I replaced that with synthetic line. That Smitty built shackle, I'm not even sure what the terminology is for that. If you know what the terminology is for that piece right there, that Smitty built, drop it in the comments below. I'd appreciate knowing what it's actually supposed to be called. Anyways, I won that at the Mind Overland campout on Veterans Day last year in a raffle. First thing I've ever won in a raffle in my entire life. So that was pretty cool. The most recent addition would have to be the new wheels. I got rid of the OEM wheels and bought a set of Vision Manx 2. I'm still running my 35s, and so that's going pretty good, but those just got put on the other day. Not sure if I had the ditch lights or not last time, but set of AVW ditch lights, so those were pretty nice. And let's see, so still running the Rhino rack, the Go Rhino rack. It's awesome, love it. I obviously added the fire extinguisher, still have my 2 fuel packs there. The Apache case right now, that's where my air hoses at for airing up and airing down. Probably going to switch those to the other side and make that case for my first aid kit, just so all my red gear is on one side. You can also see that I'm running the Ironman 4x4 Delta Wing 270 awning. That thing is awesome. It is not the freestanding. You do have to deploy the legs, but it's not that big of a deal. It can freestand if there's no danger of wind, but just for safety's sake, I go ahead and put the legs down whenever we deploy it. So this is pretty big. I got for Christmas from my niece and nephew, which thank you guys so much, a set of Rhino USA traction boards, and the panel that it's mounted to is the Go Rhino rack molly panel, or equipment panel, whatever you want to call it. And then I just made my own mounts for that myself instead of buying anything off the shelf. One thing that I really kind of am geeking out about is, so Rhino USA, or excuse me, Go Rhino, they make these brackets. The upside of this mounting system is there's on every horizontal and vertical surface, you can mount stuff to all sides of it. So, and when I bought this rack, the person who had it before me had already purchased these for mounting points. So all I did was mount them on the underside. I just run some tarp lashing straps, or whatever you want to call them, and then this little table. So this is a perfect thing to have when you go camping. Pull it out, takes up no room in the bed, and it's awesome. You notice that we got the deck system in. It is the Gen 1 deck system, which I absolutely love. A couple of critiques about it that I have is this drawer on the left hand side. This is all of our kind of our camp kitchen food, stove and all that good stuff. But it works good for the small stuff, and it's great to have. It carries a whole bunch of stuff. And then our bigger drawer has just kind of some various knickknacks. There's going to be some more stuff that we're going to have going on here. I've got it planned out, just haven't executed it yet. So as soon as that happens, I will take another video and show you what we're doing with that. So traction boards on the back side, and then got another panel and mounted 2 more Apache cases. These things are awesome. Harbor Freight, you guys, that's an incredible product. Had a wonderful price point. Definitely comparable to the other, Pelicans and all that other stuff. And the price point, you just can't beat it. So good on it. So this one currently has my tree saver in it, but that will actually get moved here eventually, because I'm going to bring my air hoses from over there to over here, and then again that frees up that side for my first aid kit. So my air hoses will be here, and then this is where my recovery gear is at. So my kinetic rope, I'm not going to open it all the way up because I can't really do it one-handed, but I got my Rhino USA kinetic rope, soft shackles, some other stuff in there as well. So that's my recovery gear set up right there. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Now the only other thing that's not on here currently, but was for our camping trip for the Mind Overland Veterans Group, is up top goes our Top Oak, I believe it's the Galaxy 1 rooftop tent. Fantastic price point, fantastic customer service from Top Oak. Everyone's like, oh, it's a Chinese company. They might manufacture stuff over there, but I don't think it's truly a Chinese company. They've just been super responsive. The shipment time was phenomenal. Love the tent. That's just a quick recap of what's been going on with Chief. And yeah. So I'm going to button this up, and then we're going to get ready to get back on the trail. So talk to you guys in a little bit.
Okay, we are back on the trail. I hope you enjoyed that little walk around, showing you what's new on Chief. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments. We're continuing up the mountain now.
So I just came down this little hill, and right at the bottom of it, right before I made a turn, awesome camp spot. So I just marked it on X Off Road. That's I might actually come back here next weekend. I'm planning on maybe doing a solo camping trip next weekend, and that is definitely a spot I might come back to. I don't know. Part of me wants to go back up where we were camping that first night for the Mind Overland, just because it was really pretty, had a creek running through it and stuff. But this will be a little bit closer, and it was a really nice site. No creek, but sometimes it's nice to go and check out and explore someplace new. So who knows? But anyways, I dropped a waypoint on it on my map, so I can come back to it. Little narrow shelf road here. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. Next weekend, who knows? Then again, I might not do anything. I guess you'll have to tune in to find out. I am at the bottom of the trail, and I am as far as I can go. And the reason being is, so the trail is supposed to go off into this, keeps on going off into this direction, but it's not a vehicle trail. Maybe side by sides, definitely motorcycle, bikes, stuff like that, horses, hikers, but not a Jeep. And then this might be another contender spot for camping, because let's see, all right, right back there's a gate that's closed, but there's nothing that says you couldn't camp right here in this spot. So, and if you listen, there's a creek nearby. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this would really be a nice flat, easy spot to camp. You could get, well, you see the Chiefs there. You could get 2 or 3 rigs in here, depending on what you got. And then this might be, okay, well, there's a sign right there that says closed to vehicles. No, you can't even take 4-wheelers up there, which is cool. But here's the creek. You got a little culvert right there. But you got all this right here. And then nice little running creek area. And it's too bad that this is closed off, because this would be a great spot right here to camp too. Definitely a hiking area stuff, so yeah, not bad. Not bad. I'm glad I came down. I'm glad I came on this route. Never been here before. So this might be a contender to camp too, just because you're literally at the bottom. You're not going to have any through traffic coming, in the middle of the night or anything. So I don't know. We'll see. But definitely nice and shaded area. It's quiet. I mean, heck, even if you wanted to, you could drive down here, and have a ground tent, and then you could ground tent over in that area right there too. I mean, is it the most scenic places? No. But, I mean, if you were pulled in here, nose in, come all the way up to the gate, right, then you'd be looking off in that direction, which is not too bad, right? And then you'd still have the sound of the creek to go to sleep by. What do you think? If you think this might make a good camp spot, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. We are at the very bottom of where I can go, and so we're going to head back out. I'm not going to do any stopping. I'm not going to video anything on the way out. I'm just going to get out of here. So the next thing that you're going to see me do is air up my tires. So, peace. Now back at the bottom of the trail. I'm just about ready to turn back out onto the blacktop to head home. And so it's time to air up. And so for that, I'm going to grab my front row off-road inflate deflate hose setup, and I'm going to grab my compressor and I'm going to get all that set up, and we're going to do another stopwatch point to see how long it takes to air back up. So here I am at the air up point, and I've got everything all hooked up. All 4 tires connected, compressor's connected, everything's connected, ready to roll. So what I'm going to do is I want to say go. You'll see a timer pop up onto the screen, and then that'll be the actual official time of how long it takes to get from 18 back up to 45. So here we go. Okay, we got the valve open, everything's ready to rock and roll. We're airing up. Flip this around real quick. 1-lane road with turnouts. That's true and accurate statement. Okay, so here's my TPMS. We're at 25. One thing I've noticed that obviously as you're putting the pressure back into the tires is when you're looking at the gauge at the compressor end reads higher than what the TPMS is showing, and that's just because it's also registering the pressure that's in the hose. So it's nothing wrong with the gauge, it's just the nature of how it goes, you know, how the pressure is equalized out. So what I've found is, so TPMS is showing 30, right? One back right is 29, it'll catch up. So that's at 30. If you look at the gauge, it's showing 34. So the gauge shows about 4 pounds of pressure higher because of what's in the lines as well than what the TPMS shows. So just knowing that that's how this system operates, it's pretty easy to figure out. If I need to be at 45, then the gauge will actually show probably like 40, 48, 49. And I know when I see that on the gauge from front row that my TPMS should be at 45. So, obviously each vehicle is going to be different. So you'll just have to figure that particular setup on yours based on what compressor you're running, what wheels you're running, what tires you're running. So don't go off of what I'm telling you to do or what I do. You know, look at those numbers for yourself and see what works best for you. So we're back up to 35 now, 36. Not sure how long this has been running, but this video has been going on for 2 minutes and 20 seconds, this piece of it. So probably about 3 minutes. Gauge shows 38. So we're right on track. Now one thing I will say, and if you've never messed with a compressor pushing high pressure air back into your tires, you know, more than your standard what you get at the gas station and you're filling up 1 tare at a time, those fittings get really, really hot because of that high pressure that's being pushed through there. It's just physics. So be aware of that. And the other thing is those fins on top of the compressor, right there, those things get hot too, because that's where the heat is dissipating from the compressor. So be very careful when you're doing this. Might not even be a bad idea just to have a pair of gloves on, or at least one glove, so you can grab the, don't pay any attention to the dirty back seat where all my film gear is at. Just pretend you didn't see that. But it might be a good idea just to keep one pair of gloves or one glove on, a la Michael Jackson. So we're at 42, 42, 41. It's getting up there. I got 3 more pounds for the TPMS. This says 42.8. So actually that's right on track. Okay, we're basically evened out here. So just gonna keep an eye on it. We're at 4 minutes on this piece of the video. So look up. Okay, we're there. Okay, so we just achieved our 45 in the tires. 45, 45, 46. See that right there? So the next thing that you have to do and be aware of is, one, let your compressor and your fittings and everything cool down, but make sure that you crank the valve closed so when you go to take the connections off, you don't let the air out of your tires. Well, take that back. You need to have that crank closed if you disconnect from the system. So if I pulled that off of the compressor, which I'll go ahead and do that now, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Make sure that you have this closed, because if this is open and you disconnect this, you're gonna be losing all of your air, or some of the air, out of your tires that you just put in. So again, I'll have the actual official clock, or you have already seen the official clock, and then you'll just get an idea of how long it took. But that compressor coupled with this inflation system, money well spent, I will put. And the beauty of that compressor is it's the Napa compressor, which used to be the Max Track compressor. They just rebranded it or branded it back to Napa. But that thing is a beast, and for the price point of like 140 bucks maybe, and then you get that kind of volume going through that thing, can't beat it. I don't see any reason to get one of those ARB twin compressors for the money that you're spending. Yeah, okay, granted you can mount it up under your hood, that's great, but I've got plenty of real estate in here that I can carry that compressor, and it's not that big of a deal. One thing I do think I'm going to do here in the future is, instead of having to run all the way up to the front and open up the hood, is maybe put some, oh here, by the way, leave the trail better than you found it, people, okay? Really? I had to pick that one up. Anyways, sorry, squirrel. Is maybe put some remote battery terminals back here, to where I can be back here, since this is where I keep my compressor, and then I can just hook up here, run my hoses up, and then be a lot quicker process. But I mean, you can't beat it. So okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you for watching this. Please give us a like, subscribe. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe, really helps out with our presence on the YouTube. And for everybody who has subscribed and been watching my videos, thank you very much, I appreciate it. Remember, tread lightly out here. Protect what we have so we can continue to enjoy it, and stay safe, get out on the trail, and have your own adventures. And until next time, peace.